If you've got a lot of weight to lose, and I'm not talking 5 or 10 kilos, I mean 20, 30, 40, 50 kilos or even more, then this is going to be the video for you. As most fat loss advice is quite generic and also aimed at people who are not trying to lose significant amounts of weight, taking information that is catered towards people who have significantly less to lose will just set you up for failure. On screen you can see 3 versions of me: 110 kilos, 95 kilos, and 85 kilos. And the changes you can see here weren't just through sheer willpower, but it was consistency in my everyday routine. And that's how I sustainably lost significant amounts of weight. At 110 kilos, I wasn't just overweight. I was extremely unhappy, depressed, and had terrible habits with eating and drinking. I was stuck in binge cycles where I'd eat a lot of food and then diet very hard, where I'd eat next to nothing the next day and do plenty of cardio and go to the gym. This would lead to me constantly restarting diets and always failing. I'd have good weeks, then blowouts, then guilt, then start again. As I was consistently in this cycle, it led to me gaining more weight. And if that sounds familiar, you're not broken. You just need a different approach to weight loss. The majority of people who have a lot of weight to lose and fail, it's not because they don't care. They fail because the plans they're on are too aggressive, too restrictive, and way too dependent on motivation. And a common trend you'll see with aggressive dieting is that when life gets a bit stressful, whether it's money, work, or your personal life, everything falls apart. And that little slip up will bleed over from one day to multiple days, or even multiple weeks, and then they restart. When you have a significant amount of weight to lose, your body's going to be under a lot of stress. Then when you add in external stresses like family life, work, etc., it's very, very easy to go off track. Stress is bad for fat loss as it impairs sleep, hormone regulation, appetite regulation, and your body weight. So we want to be able to manage stress as best as possible. So aggressive dieting or really restrictive eating is only going to increase cortisol levels, which is the stress hormone, which is going to make it harder to lose weight in the long run, and it's not going to be sustainable. So it's clear that you can't white knuckle your way out of significant amounts of weight loss. This means you're going to have to take a more sustainable approach compared to the way you're already doing things. This means predictable routines, stable eating patterns, and low friction habits. And you're going to start by making small changes. So this is exactly how you're going to start your journey. For the next 7 days, you're going to figure out your normality. This may seem overwhelming at first, but this is how we're going to work out your starting point. And I'm going to break it down into 5 simple steps. Step 1, you're going to track everything you consume and drink over the next 7 days. I want you to eat as honestly as possible, making no conscious decision to eat healthier or unhealthier. Just eat how you normally would and just listen to your body. After the 7 days, you're going to add up each of the calories you consumed those days and divide them by 7. So let's say, for example, you ate 2,000 calories every single day. You're going to add all those days up, which would give you 14,000, and you're going to divide it by 7 as there's 7 days in the week. That's going to give you a number of 2,000. 2,000 is the amount of calories you consume per day on average. I want you to write this number down and we'll come back to it later. Step 2. Using a mobile phone or a fitness tracker, you're going to measure how many steps you accurately do per day. You're going to take each of those 7 days that you've measured, you're going to add them together, and you're going to divide them by 7. That's going to give you an average of how many steps you roughly do per day. Write the number down as we'll be coming back to it. Step 3. You're going to resistance train a minimum of 2 to 3 times per week with 10 minutes of cardio, which is low intensity, done at the end of the session. This could be on the treadmill or on a stationary bike. It's up to you. You want your heart rate to be around 120 to 130 beats per minute. Step 4. You're going to weigh yourself daily. As soon as you've woken up, after you've gone to the toilet, and before you've ate or drank anything. At the end of the 7 days, you're going to add up all your weights together and you're going to divide them by 7. This is going to give you a weekly average weight, which I want you to write down, as we'll also come back to that later. Step 5. You're going to take the number that you calculated for your calories and drop them by 200 to 300 calories. So the example I used was 2,000 calories. If If you drop that by 200 to 300, that would leave you between 1,700 calories to 1,800 calories. You're going to take the number you calculated from your steps and increase those by 1 to 2,000 per day. This is going to be your daily calorie goal and your step goal. You're going to stick to these targets for the next 7 days and see how your weight changes. By the end of the week, the average weight should have gone down. This is the approach you're going to use throughout your weight loss journey. Along the journey, you'll hit plateaus, and you'll notice your weight will start stalling. When this happens, you could either increase activity through steps, cardio, or expenditure, or you could reduce the amount of calories you consume by 200 to 300. And you're going to repeat this cycle as long as you keep hitting plateaus. This here is going to be the more sustainable and effective approach as you're managing all the variables in your life. And what gets measured gets managed. This is the exact same approach and system I use for my fat loss clients. If you're interested in one-to-one coaching, click the link in my bio or DM me on Instagram and we'll get started.